In the meantime, let me go to our senior White House correspondent, Kelly O'Donnell. Kelly, can you describe the flurry of activity that has led up to this?
Both in practical terms here at the White House and what you've been outlining in the many months of negotiations. As I was walking out to join you here, Lester, the activity of the press pool gathering, getting prepared. And from what I understand, it is expected that the president would release a written statement at some point and then speak to the country on this issue, separate from his planned farewell address to the nation at the end of his term that's going to happen tonight, where he would describe the sweeping accomplishments, as he would judge them, of his time in office. But this has been one of the key issues to try to bring about a resolution. And Raf was talking about Jake Sullivan, the president's national security advisor. We had an opportunity to speak with him in the briefing room this week, where he talked about a unified approach between the Biden administration and President-elect Trump's representatives to work together to try to get this done. Not only is there an urgent need to bring a resolution to end the fighting, to restore the families that have been torn apart by this, but in political terms and in global sort of security terms, having this resolved before a new president comes to office is in certainly the interest of both the Biden administration and the next administration when President Trump returns to power. Now, characteristic of President Trump, he does not always follow the typical protocol, so he has posted on his Truth Social that there is a deal and that an announcement is coming, and it indicates thank you. Now, he has every right to do that under free speech. President Biden is waiting for the official word to come from the ground, from the parties that are agreeing to this, and then we would expect to hear him. So two very different styles playing out over this crisis, and those differences can be significant when it comes to the style of American leadership and getting results. Both presidents, the outgoing and incoming, want to see this resolved, and so officials here have been very cautiously optimistic, and although they indicated there have been many times when they have described being close, that there were substantive changes in the negotiations in recent days. Closing of the gaps is what Jake Sullivan said publicly about this, that gave them this sense of hope in getting it done. Specifics about how it will be rolled out, obviously it's always tenuous, and things could certainly go sideways at different iterations of the execution of such a deal. But reaching an agreement after more than 460 days of open conflict, loss of life, and real tragedy is a significant breakthrough. And certainly for Joe Biden, who values the American standing in the world, having a role in trying to bring this to a conclusion is something that he will surely tout. Most importantly, trying to restore American families who have hostages, Israelis and others who have hostages, and to bring the fighting to a conclusion. Lester?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.